The UIM ABP Class Pro Aquabike World Championship returned to Doha, Qatar for the third year in a row as the penultimate Grand Prix of the 2013 season got underway. Touting itself as the world capital of power boating, Doha is one of the most popular venues for marine motorsports for drivers and riders alike, with its offshore conditions that always make for exciting racing. And the backdrop isn't too shabby either. Doha is truly spectacular, with towering skyscrapers rising up around Doha Bay, along with some truly stunning architecture, including hotels, palaces, museums, and parks, making this one of the most iconic racing venues in the world. The modern, virtually space-age feel of present-day Doha is balanced by a well-preserved and cherished historical and cultural heritage, and the city offers gems of its more traditional past, from the old souk market to the Arab dhows, and of course, the very soul of Arabian culture and history, the desert, which remains a near sacred and inseparable part of the Qatari spirit and psyche. But last weekend, Qatari eyes were firmly focused on the sea, as the Qatar Marine Sports Federation and its president Sheikh Hassan bin Jaber Al Thani welcomed 43 riders from 15 countries to the Grand Prix of Qatar, Round 3 of the Runabout and Ski GP1, and Round 4 of the Freestyle Division. The event kicked off a 10-day festival of speed that would be followed by the UIM Nations Cup and F1H2O Grand Prix. The Runabout GP1 is the main show, where the biggest, baddest, and fastest aquabikes do battle. This year, there's been one man who's reigned supreme, Yusuf Al Abdul Razak. The Kuwaiti maestro has 2 wins from 2 Grand Prix this year, thumping the competition to win all 4 heats. He sits comfortably atop the world standings with a perfect 100 points.
This third round is going to be, a bit more of a smart way of riding, because I want to keep the points. And if I do good in this race, I will be, very comfortable going into the 4th race in Abu Dhabi. So hopefully ride smart, no engine problems, and it will go well, hopefully.
This guy is taking no prisoners. The French fleet seems helpless. Defending world champion Francois Midori has had a lackluster year. His best result, a 3rd place in Viverone, while Teddy Pons placed 4th in Liuzhou. They have to up their game in Qatar. French hopes lie with 10-time world champion Cyril Lemoine. He's currently 2nd in the world standings and has 3 runner-up finishes from 4 heats this year, beating everyone except, of course, Abdul Razak.
I think it's very hard to pass him if you don't have a problem. But I need to try to put the pressure during all the race, because maybe he can have a problem with the jet ski or like in China, and I try to stay near him.
Lemoine and his crew have been working overtime to get their boat ready, find the perfect setup for Qatar's famously rough open sea conditions, and who knows, perhaps beat Abdul Razak once and for all. And then there's another Frenchman, Jeremy Perez, a formidable rider who's had a great year, sitting 3rd in the rankings so far with a consistency that has earned him 2 podiums from 2 Grand Prix. As for the Italians, they have it even tougher. Last year's world number 3, Lorenzo Penaglia, has been struggling all year with mechanical problems that prevented him from getting any points in Liuzhou. And 2011 world champion Mattia Fracasso hasn't fared much better, posting no points from 3 of 4 heats so far. But if he can overcome his reliability issues, he's proven he's one of the best racers out there. there's a full field of riders with strong local and regional participation, as well as some promising outside hopefuls like Johan Johansson. In the freestyle event, it's all about Nas Floriancic, who has easily won every heat he's entered. But there'll be a three-way battle behind him between his brother Nas, Serbian Alexander Petrovic, and Qatari rider Sultan Al-Kuwari. Ski Division GP1, defending world number 2 Nacho Armias of Spain is out with injury, leaving the field to 3 big contenders. Tiago Sousa of Portugal is the big sensation, having returned to the Aquabike World Tour this year. He had a perfect round 2 in Liuzhou, winning both heats. He's the man to beat here. Armias absent, the aggressive and fiery former world champ Michael Paré of France will be one of Sousa's main rivals. Another will be current world standings leader, the ever-consistent Alberto Monti of Italy. He has 4 runner-up finishes from 4 heats, but can he throw the monkey off his back and finally win one? The ladies race alongside the men, with Pia Sumer of Slovenia and Marta Sorrentino of Italy. Heat 1 of the Ski Division GP1 event saw 8 men and 2 women competing in the men's and ladies category. Michael Paré started in pole position after going quickest in qualifying the day before, 1.4 seconds quicker than Tiago Sousa, Alberto Monti 3rd with Pia Sumer 5th. Riders lined up, the race was on. Paré and Sousa go head-to-head on the starting straight to the first all-shot boy. Sousa pulls ahead of the field by the second all-shot boy as the riders enter the circuit, with Alberto Monti trailing Sousa and Paré in 3rd. Sousa and Paré go into separate tracks on the alternate slalom course, with Sousa maintaining his early lead. As Sousa settles into the lead, Michael Paré keeps up the pursuit, with Alberto Monti behind him in 3rd. Behind Monti, Pia Sumer and Slaven Ivancic lock horns for 4th place. Sumer overtakes Ivancic on the turn. The Slovenian sensation moves up into 4th position overall. Good stuff. Marta Sorrentino in the middle of the field. She's behind Slovakian rider Josef Bohuslav on number 23. Sousa keeps the competition at bay with some steady riding, while the 2010 world champ Michael Paré now has to keep one eye on Alberto Monti just behind him. But halfway through the race, Monti has an electrical problem. Monti's race is now in jeopardy as Pia Sumer moves her way up into 3rd position overall. At the back of the field, Hungarian Attila Futo and Slovak Attila Sepp. In the alternate track, the clock winding down, nobody's able to challenge Tiago Sousa. The Portuguese rider wins Heat 1, his 3rd win in a row following his clean sweep in Liuzhou. Runner-up Michael Paré gets his best result of the season so far with Ivancic 3rd. And Pia Sumer winning the ladies division. Michael Paré gives us a rundown of the Qatar Grand Prix circuit.
Hello everybody, it's Michael Paré. We are going to speak about the track today. We have 2 different tracks, red one and yellow one. The red one is for stand-up and yellow one is for runabout. Runabout is a little bit longer because boat is faster and big one and many people, so you need a big track. So we can see also a different double track during the race you can choose for pass. So you have a green one, is a little bit shorter but more technical, and a white one, it's a little bit longer but less technical. So for me, I think green is better because I like technical, but we will see. So it's gonna be awesome if you have a wave like yesterday, because with wave you can pass everywhere. But if it's flat, it's gonna be very hard to pass. So for me, the technical on the race is to be wait, breathe a little bit, and put full gas, just be here. Like that you are very close of your boat in front of you and you can pass on the double track. Also we can see black buoy. Black buoy, it's, if you miss a buoy during the race, you have to take it. If you don't take it, you are disqualified. So now the important thing on the track, it's a triple white. You don't miss this buoy. If you miss this buoy, you will be disqualified. So the fight will be here because everybody's coming from green and white together, and it will be a big fight here.
Heat 2 and Heat 1 winner Tiago Sousa in pole position, with Prix and Ivancic starting second and third on the grid. The yellow flags go up, the race is on. Sousa and Prix going neck and neck on the starting straight, but it's Tiago Sousa who gets the all shots first and enters the circuit in the lead once again. Monti chases Slaven Ivancic in third position, trying to gain on the Croatian. Sousa and Prix enter the parallel alternate course, leading the race once again. Both men tight and focused on those turns. Sousa maintaining his lead over Prix. Behind Prix, Alberto Monti makes his move on Slaven Ivancic. He's looking for a chink in the Croatian's armor. Ivancic fends him off, but on the straight, Monti gets the better of the Croatian. Monti moves into third position. Sousa, meanwhile, has to take the black penalty boy. Prix cuts Sousa's lead down, but the Frenchman is not happy. He thinks he could have done better. Behind Prix, Monti edging his way up the field to start pressing on the two riders up front, with Ivancic in fourth. Sousa is once again riding to perfection, leading comfortably, his hard training paying off. Prix pushes too hard, and he has a tumble. Uncharacteristic mistake from the experienced Frenchman. With Sousa now out of sight, Monti sure enough comes up from behind and passes Prix to move into second position as the Frenchman gets back up on his bike and gives chase to the Italian. But there appears to be a problem with Sousa. He has lost a lot of pace. Alberto Monti jumps on the chance as he overtakes the Portuguese rider to move into the lead of Heat 2, with Prix also gaining on Sousa. Prix sees his chance and goes for Sousa on the outside. The Portuguese rider holds his ground, but for how long? With Sousa now just barely limping home, Prix passes him and moves into second. But this race belongs to Alberto Monti. The Italian wins his first race of the season. Prix runner-up, Sousa managing to hang on for third. Prix not happy, but Sousa is relieved, and even pats his bike in gratitude. Ivancic finishes fourth, followed by a trio of Slovak and Hungarian riders. So the overall Grand Prix victory goes to Tiago Sousa, Prix runner-up, and Slaven Ivancic on the podium. The win nudges Sousa just 2 points ahead of Monti in the world standings, with Armia still in third, a point ahead of Prix. In the ladies, Pia Sumer wins again, with Marta Sorrentino runner-up. Sumer on course for the World Championship. Next up, the incredible gravity-defying acrobatics of the freestyle event. There were 6 riders competing, including 3 local riders. Number 69, Abdullah Al-Langawi, produced some quality moves with strong backflip and 180 combos. His countryman Muhammad Al-Bu gave it 100%, but was less than perfect, having trouble staying on his bike. Another Qatari rider, Sultan Al-Kuwari, gave a solid performance with a series of 180s, followed by some impressive combos. He nailed it, and the crowd loved it. He finished it off with a 1-foot backflip. Next up, the Miami-based Serbian Alexander Petrovic. It was a good display from the creative Serb, who ended with another of his unique tricks. Then there was 2012 world champion Nas Floriancic of Slovenia, who gave a flourishing display, showing off his full repertoire. Including an impressive no-hands 360 and a great barrel roll backflip combo. But the showstopper was, of course, Rock Floriancic. When this guy competes, the rest compete for second. Although below his usual best in Heat 1, he pulled out all the stops in Heat 2, which he concluded with an incredible series of 17 backflips that just took the crowd's breath away. Yep, he's still going. The crowd were wowed, and that earned Rock yet another Grand Prix win. His brother Nas runner-up, and great result for Sultan Al Kuwari, who puts Qatar on the podium. The world standings, Rock reigns supreme ahead of Nas, with Petrovic third. The Parallel Slalom is a spectacular nighttime event as hundreds of Qataris line the stands to watch the top 8 from the ski and runabout qualifying go head-to-head in an elimination showdown. In ski, Michael Paré and Tiago Sousa eliminated their rivals for a cracking final showdown. The Frenchman edged Sousa in a nail-biting final to take the slalom win. Following a fantastic group freestyle display that took the crowd's breath away, it was time for the Runabout Slalom. Wisniewski scored a major upset, beating Al Abdulrazak, but he was in turn beaten by Jeremy Perez, who was the first finalist. Meanwhile, Le Mans was just too good for Ahmed Aldawas and Mattia Fracasso as he went up against Perez in the final. Le Mans was fast, sharp, and focused, and Perez had to make do with runner-up as Le Mans took the Parallel Slalom runabout title in fine form. A double French win for the night slalom, Paré and Le Mans victorious. On to the big guns now, the Blue Ribbon Runabout GP1. Yusuf Al Abdulrazak won pole position by over a whopping 6 seconds against Le Mans, with Pons starting third on the grid and Fracasso fourth. Yusuf Al Abdulrazak once again makes a flying start as he takes the lead early ahead of Le Mans. Behind Al Abdulrazak, another Kuwaiti, Khalid Bourbaye, passes Le Mans to move into second position. Al Abdulrazak glances behind him as Le Mans catches up with Bourbaye. Entering the alternate track, Al Abdulrazak once again firmly in command. He's won every race this year. Can he keep the streak going? Behind him is his countryman, Bourbaye, who nudges ahead of Le Mans, and in fourth position at the end of lap 1 is Teddy Pons, followed by 2011 world champion Mattia Fracasso. But it's trouble for Teddy Pons. He's out of the race as riders zip past him. In the lead, it's a Kuwaiti 1-2 as Bourbaye now gives chase to Al Abdulrazak. Bourbaye does a penalty lap for a missed boy, and that's all Le Mans needs to pop back into second position. With Pons out, Fracasso is fourth, setting his sights on the 3 bikes ahead. Behind Fracasso, Jeremy Perez is under pressure from number 13, Mohamed Alhaidus. Meanwhile, Swedish rider Johan Johansson is overtaken by last year's world number 3, Lorenzo Penaglia, who tries to make his way up the field. Abdulrazak looks comfortable in the lead, but there was a problem. The race leader was in trouble with a broken drive shaft, and he came to a standstill in lap 8. The Kuwaiti points leader not happy. With his biggest rival out, Lemoine was ready to take that lead he so patiently pursued all year, with Fracasso moving up into second position, followed by Jeremy Perez in third. In fourth position is number 38, Mohamed Al-Baz, with Qatari Alhaidus in fifth, but with defending world champion Francois Midori pressing on him hard. Coming out of the alternate course, Lemoine looks unassailable, and Fracasso seems content with runner-up. The final stretch, Lemoine wins his first race of the year! What a relief that must be for the Frenchman! Mattia Fracasso also finally breaks his streak of bad luck to finish runner-up. And Jeremy Perez cruises into third, maintaining his consistent results all year. Al-Baz fourth and Alhaidus fifth. Good results for the Kuwaiti and Qatari riders in Heat 1. Heat 2, Lemoine has pole, Fracasso beside him, and the races go. There's a three-way dead heat between Lemoine, Fracasso, and Perez. But to Perez's starboard, it's number 13, Mohamed Alhaidus, who moves up into third position just behind Fracasso, leaving Jeremy Perez in his wake. In the lead, 10-time world champion Cyril Lemoine maintains his edge over 2011 world champion Fracasso, with Alhaidus in third at the end of lap 1. And Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak also making his way up from the back of the field. But with visibility low in the choppy, spraying waters left in the other bike's wake, the Kuwaiti world standings leader misses a couple of turn boys while going head-to-head with Teddy Ponce. The mistake is spotted by the race commissioner, and Abdulrazak is disqualified. That's a disappointing end to what has been a terrible Grand Prix for the Kuwaiti. For Lemoine, that's one less rider to worry about as he coolly and calmly goes about his business in the lead. Fracasso in second position keeps up the pressure on Lemoine. You can see the choppy, rough conditions the riders have to contend with here. This is certainly no easy circuit to race on. Further back, Francois Midori making his way up the field. Ahead of him, Qatari Mohamed Alhaidus and Kuwaiti Mohamed Al-Baz go head-to-head. The Kuwaiti coming out trumps. Further problems for Alhaidus as he falls off his bike. It was going so well, but his podium hope is over. In the lead, Lemoine looks unstoppable going into the last lap of the race now. But with one lap left, a titanic struggle unfolds as Mohamed Al-Baz puts the pressure on Mattia Fracasso, trying to nab second position from the Italian's grasp, and he literally rides over Fracasso's bike. That's how close he is. Behind them, Jeremy Perez in fourth, and there's another big fight behind him, this time between Francois Midori and Polish rider Andrzej Wisniewski. But Lemoine looks aloof from all the mayhem behind him as he coasts through the final few boys left. And the Frenchman completes a perfect Grand Prix, winning both heats and the slalom. Fracasso runner-up, Al-Baz third ahead of Perez.
I'm really happy. My team, Marina 4 and Angelo, make a very, very, very good job. My jet ski have a good top speed and a good fiability, and now we pay.
The final Grand Prix results: Lemoine champion, Fracasso runner-up, Mohamed Al-Baz third. That moves Lemoine 10 points ahead of Al Abdul Razak in the world standings, with Perez also within striking distance. So see you for the final round in Abu Dhabi, where the 2013 UIM ABP Aquabike Class Pro World Championship will be decided.